All right, so this is a battle report that I did. I played a game about 2 weeks ago, and a lot of things have happened during those past 2 weeks. But I decided to go ahead and I wasn't going to post this one, but I decided to go ahead and post it up. It's a battle between Ogre Kingdoms and my Warriors of the Dark Gods. This particular opponent, very well known in the tournament scene, but very strong army. So here's his army from left to right. He has two Tuskers as a shaft, a tactic I want to use eventually. A large unit of man-eaters to the left of that, or to the right of them, and next to them is a let's see. Well, I need to make that a little longer, but I have two Crusher buses this time. Because the points have changed since the last battle report. So I'm actually able to fit two Crushers, and I have two Chimera on either side of the War Shrine. I have the War Shrine there because I have no magic, but the War Shrine gives all units within 6 inches of the War Shrine magic resistance 2. So that's my magic resistance there. And I brought an Ether Banner, which allows me to dispel as if I had a Master Level Wizard. And so he gets I get first turn, and I move forward, and then in his turn, he decides to go ahead and charge his Tuskers in. I'm thinking I should be able to handle those Tuskers. That's my general's unit that he just charged, so I should be able to handle that. However, in close combat, I did very few wounds, and he was actually able to stick. I did so few wounds that he didn't even remove a model. And over here, I'm thinking, and he moved them forward to try to pull out the Crushers. So I'm going to have to try to take them out some other way. What I should have done, I didn't use any of my breath weapons this game. I should have went ahead and used the breath weapon to flown up and used the breath weapon, but hindsight is 2020. But anyway, in the shooting phase, he was able to take out one of my Crushers, and he was able to put two wounds on the Crushers in the close combat. So he had a charge, and he had two wounds, and I wasn't able to do enough wounds to actually break him in close combat. He stuck. Actually, I think I did actually kill one of his guys, and he was actually able to do two, and it came out to be a draw or something like that. I think I might have won, but just barely, and he was able to stick with his leadership. And here's another view of the wounds taken. What I'm going to do is I'm going to charge the Chimera into his Saber Tusk. I don't want his Saber Tusk to charge my guys again. And in close combat, since I don't have a magic phase, in close combat, he was able to do two wounds to the Chimera, and the Chimera was able to do like two wounds back or something, or maybe yeah, he was. I don't think he did any wounds. I got a charge, and then I held because of General's leadership. It was weird. The thing about the parry system, I think the parry system is skewed for ogres really bad because they get pretty much on a 4+ they always save, right? It's a 4+ auto save. You can go ahead and call it, well, not an auto save per se, but I can only hit them on 4s, regardless of what upgrades I may have. Like the Mark of Wrath, I don't get my +1 against him, but he gets a bonus of me only allowing me to hit on 4s. And I try to explain it to my opponent that is very strong. Only be able to hit somebody on 4s ever. There's nothing to counteract it at all. There should be a counter to it. I mean, I shouldn't lose my ability just because you have yours. Especially if I'm paying for my ability. In close combat on the left, I finally defeated the Tusker, and I think I defeated in his turn. And then my turn, I decided to charge my general out into his man-eaters. He should be fine there. He has a 1-up rerollable armor save, so he should be just fine there. Yep. And in close combat, the Chimera eventually beat the. He eventually does defeat. What? No, he's still there fighting them. Nope. Never mind. Yeah, he does. He defeats him. Defeats the Saber Tusk in close combat. So here I'm thinking that I need to hit one of these two units. I had to sacrifice my hounds here on the right because I did not want I did not want his tribesmen to charge me on the flank. My general takes no wounds from him, but he does about 3 or 4 wounds to his unit over there. As long as he has that Mark of Wrath and he's by himself, he's pretty destructive. And that 1-up rerollable makes him very difficult to defeat in close combat. A lot of people need to realize that the Chaos's whole stick is armor. So we should be allowed to be resilient, because our units are so expensive, our models are so expensive. We need something to counter that, and the counter is resilience. Over here, I think he attempts to charge. Yeah, he attempted to charge the Crushers with his Frost Tusk. He fails the charge and he staggers forward. He does charge my large unit of what's left of my Crusher unit with 2 units of Tribesmen. Those are not Bruisers; those are Tribesmen. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be a loss for me, but I should be able to do something in close combat. Strength 5 with a lot of attacks each. The Chimera fled because he attempted to charge the Chimera at first, and then the Chimera fled. In hindsight, I don't know whether it would have been more prudent to accept the charge with the Chimera or not. At that point, I was trying to conserve points. That was the idea, but now I'm thinking I probably should have kept the Chimera around, because you never know, he could have rolled badly. And yeah, apparently ogres still get the bonus strength to each rank, which I probably need to look that up. I don't remember seeing it in the new rules. And over here, my general keeps hacking away at his unit. My warriors try to get closer into the building. He actually did try to he attempted to charge the war shrine, the battle shrine, and I fled with the battle shrine. Here we are measuring the chimeras, if the chimera can get into close combat with the man-eaters. Here, I think it would have been more prudent to just leave the general there and let the general hash out the attacks, because the man-eaters, although they are not able to kill the general, it would be a whole lot easier for them to kill the chimera and give up combat resolution. And if I had done that, I could have basically used the chimera in another way later in the game, maybe even to ward off a charge from the bottom 2 units that just defeated the other Crusher bus. And my general still hasn't taken a wound yet. We've gone to about 2 or 3 turns, and he's starting to cut the unit down. And in my turn, I was able to charge his bombardiers with the rest of the Crushers. So that should go into the Crusher's favor there, most definitely. And down here at the bottom, the tribesmen destroy the Crusher bus, and up at the top, my Crushers do enough damage on the. They do a pretty good amount of damage to the. Well, I think we haven't fought that one yet. The warriors march away. My turn. The war shrine rallies. My general finishes off the man-eaters, turns around to attempt to charge the next target. And I think he has a BSB in that unit. I'm not sure if my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, it should be. He should do pretty well against them. I don't foresee any problems him taking the unit, or at least if he can't take the unit, at least hold them up indefinitely so they can't really do anything else. Over here, I'm just. I was glad to see that the warriors got far enough away from his ogres to make it so they couldn't really charge them. I think he attempts to charge here, but he fails to charge, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I think it. Yeah. In his turn, my guys turn around to face his incoming unit. in my turn, I think I'm going to charge that main unit there. Let's see, we're about to charge with 2 crushers and my general. Hopefully this is enough, they can do enough damage where together they can actually destroy the unit. And that's what I'm thinking should happen. The shrine charges his main unit. He turns it, it's turned around like that because the way the shrine is made is going to conflict with the models in front. So he's turned around. The crushers were able to do a pretty good, decent amount of damage, but not enough damage to actually break the unit. And in fact, I think the crushers here, yeah, they don't really do as much damage as I thought they would in order to break the unit. The unit sticks. Got a couple of wounds here, a couple of wounds there. I was trying to kill his BSB. He also has a sorcerer in the back with a great weapon, I believe it is, hitting from the back rank. And I ended up challenging, and he accepted with his, BSB. Or it might have been that he challenged, and then I accepted with my general. I'm not sure. Over here, the War Shrine doesn't do the amount of damage I thought it would do. It has 3d3, strength 5 hits. Yeah, and it has a ward save, a 4+ ward save, and it's a 4-up armor save. He should be okay in this combat. My warriors turn around to get ready for this mess. Yeah. But I was hoping that the War Shrine could hold them there, and then the warriors could charge in later on. The general breaks because of the combat resolution, and also because he was able to get a couple of spells off in his turn to buff up his unit. They were able to take out the skull crushers that were there, the crushers that were there, and the general fled away. He had no wounds on him. The shrine flees in his turn. And in my turn, I charge in with the warriors. That should go into the warriors' favor there. And this is another instance where the parry actually helps him a lot. And that parry is a huge thing. When you only hit on 4s and you have as many attacks as warriors have, it's kind of a hamstring to have to deal with parry. And since the parry can't be modified, I think his parry is way too strong. That's just my opinion. Especially with ogres being the entire army has a decently low weapon skill, where any army they face, they're going to get parry against. I thought my general was actually destroyed over here, but he actually wasn't. So this picture actually belies what really happened. The War Shrine rallies, and he does charge into the War Shrine. But I think this is where we actually rewind it back, and the general faces that unit. Yeah, the general is back over there where he was, and the War Shrine was actually able to either charge or be charged by those guys. Because I was just trying to keep my general alive, because he only had he had a wound left. And this is like the following. This is like the final turn. The warriors were able to take out that giant unit, but the thing was, he had his main unit of tribesmen was pretty large, and he also had a lot of points in that unit, and so his unit is a Death Star, and I wasn't able to get the points out of that unit, and so that really made the difference. You're talking about BSB, and I think he had a sorcerer in there, if I'm not mistaken, and. Yeah, he had done enough damage against my entire army to make a huge difference, and this ended up being, yeah, he kills the shrine. I failed all my ward saves and armor saves for that matter, and this game ended up being closer than I thought it would be. I thought he would actually beat me, but this game actually ended up being a 12-8 victory for the ogres. Yeah. Even though the warriors did put up a pretty good fight, we lost a lot of points off of single models that are very expensive being destroyed. And I think that's one of the flaws with Warriors. A lot of models are just really, really expensive. So when you lose them, it takes a lot out of you.